I'm Dave Palumbo, founder of Species Nutrition. From my earliest bodybuilding days, I believed in only putting the best in my body. And that lives on in the Species Nutrition line of products. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
I haven't seen the sun in a fucking week and a half. Look! It just came out! Look at that!
I love it!
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of After Hours. We just got done storming the Bastille, and we want to just regroup and see what's going on. John, you know, in the history of this world, okay, we are living in a time that probably will go down historically as something that I don't think anyone ever thought would ever happen, right?
I agree. This is freaking nuts. But, you know, throughout history, things have happened. You know, we've had, you know, I think people tend to forget the things that we go through, you know. I mean, I remember people complaining about, you know, in the 70s when we had the gas lines and we had odd even days to get gas, and the Vietnam War protests, and, you know, I mean, all kinds of shit. But right now, with what's going on now with social media being responsible for preventing information from getting out to people who just are entitled to it. Yeah. Free trade, free exchange of ideas is all gone now. We are going to be told what to believe. We're going to be led to see what the truth is. And, you know, Biden said it pretty clearly in one of his maniacal rants, where he said, we believe in truth over facts. And what that means is that they are going to create the truth, irrespective of the facts, and put it out there on social media and the various media outlets that they control. And they are going to control the discourse. They're going to control the ideas and information, and they are going to control what you believe. It's just like having a calculator, and you believe when I type in 4 + 4 = 8, you trust the calculator is right. Well, what if that calculator said 4 + 4 is 9? That's what you're getting now. You're getting 4 + 4 is 9, because
good example.
That's what they want you to believe.
Now, is it true, Lenny? Big Lenny, first of all, welcome back to the show. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Is it true that you slipped on a banana peel and that started the whole riot?
No, but I have mixed feelings on it. It's good to see the right taking some kind of action, whether it wasn't very intelligent, something I wouldn't be a part of.
Way too cookie cutter, if you ask me, what they did.
It was, but, you know, it will instill fear in Antifa, that's for sure, that we're not going down without a fight. Now, it's time for war, so to speak.
Yeah. And
people are going to have to pick which side you're on. If we have to go back to older forms of newsletters for communication, telephone calls, so be it.
Yeah, 75 million people are not going to sit quietly for this. I'm sure whatever Big Lenny's going to say next, he's 100% right. But you guys got to think for yourselves out there. You cannot believe the media. You cannot believe Google. You cannot believe anything you see on YouTube. You cannot believe anything. You guys have got to do your own research. You've got to use Bing, use Yahoo. There's other search engines out there. Don't be controlled, because that's what's happening here. You are being told what to believe. You are being told what the truth is, and you are being manipulated. And if you don't 100%. Realize that, They're fucking stupid. And
100%. Fucking A right, John.
All right, thank you, John.
Fucking A right.
Thank you.
I'll be out the I'm sorry if this guy.
Yeah, no, I know you got to go. He's got a meeting. I understand. Thanks.
I love you, bro.
Love you
too.
Love
you guys too. See you next week.
Yeah, all right.
100%. He's dead right.
Lenny, let me go to you now. Lenny, what's your take on what Gregg just said?
Yeah, I agree 100%. And then Arnold's referring to the Proud Boys and Nazis as well. What does Arnold have to gain out of this? I'd like to know. He's in his 70s. At best, he can continue to do a few more movies. I don't see any more political aspirations for him. It's very big disappointment. It's just no common sense and hypocrisy.
In our industry.
Wait, Lenny, I want to know, Lenny, how can anybody compare the fucking Nazis who killed millions and millions of fucking Jews and Christians and other people with Proud Boys who have not killed anybody, but they're sticking up for their patriot rights? I'm sorry, okay? What about Black Lives Matter, okay? Who don't really give a shit about black people? We know that, okay? Because if they did, they'd be in Chicago. I want to see where all that fucking money went. You know what I mean? That they got. Like people like John Cena donating $1 million. Where did that go? I want to see one black person tell me, look, thanks to Black Lives Matter, with the $1 billion that they raised since George Floyd, I got this new home. Oh, they're building a new school. Oh my God, they're building a church for all the poor black people where they burned down their own fucking neighborhood and their own churches and their own fucking buildings. I don't want to hear that shit. It's bullshit. I'm sorry. You don't listen. You can cancel me. You can fucking throw me off the internet. Dave, you know I'm not even the most internet savvy guy. Look, still got the flip phone, haven't converted yet. I'm going to thank you, Muhammad. But what I'm saying is, listen to me. I'm about pluralism. I'm about everybody. We're all having our dicks pulled today. And when you got somebody like Arnold, who people look, he's a bodybuilder, guys. Yes, I love him. As a bodybuilder, I love him. He was my idol growing up. I still look at his pictures today and get wood and say, my God, look at that body. He's perfect. Do you understand? And they sit here and Joe, oh my God, you know, Joe Biden, he's a healer. He's not a healer. He's another one. I got him. I put videos up. I got videos. I kept them before Google got rid of them, of Joe Biden in the 80s saying the N-word. I'm not going to say it. You know, the N-word, saying it left and right. Yeah. You know what I mean? I got videos of coming out of it. You show me one of Donald Trump fucking saying the N-word. What? It would be all over. They'd fucking bury him with it. Right. I'm sorry, but this shit going on, you can cancel me. I don't give two fucks about you. Take my YouTube. You can take my, because I'm a Momo, bro. I'm not like, I don't rely on that shit. I'm not making videos.
You're a fucking patriot, bro.
Damn right, bro. Patriot. Damn fucking right, I'm a patriot.
Patriot of our country. And all the guys. Bro. All the other countries.
Do you guys think, I don't want to beat this to death because I have other topics to talk about. Do you think that they will kick Trump out, or you think that's just, you know, cheap talk at this point? I mean, he's got, what, 4 days left?
No way.
They don't want him to run in 2024. That's why they want to impeach him.
Right. Kick him out for what?
That boy, Lenny. Lenny's right.
What did he do? What did he do? Nothing.
They're saying he incited a riot. I don't believe that.
It's too soon. He's going to be. Do you understand what you're going to do? You're shutting fucking almost 80 million people out.
100
You're telling them, shut the fuck up and know your role. That's what they're saying. You can't kick him out. How is that creating unity amongst the people?
Well, here's the problem.
That's what you want to do.
It's division.
The 25th. Let me explain.
But you have 4 years to bitch. And I just posted Nancy Pelosi, her tweeter, that she put out 4 fucking years ago, where she said our election was stolen. Donald Trump did not win that election. It was the Russians, and we're going to do something about it. 4 years this fucking guy had. 4 fucking years.
She told everyone. She told everyone.
He had every right. He had every right to contest this. He had every right. They've all done it.
First of all,
just look at it?
All right. So let me tell you what the Democrats want to do. They want to they want the Vice President Pence to enact the 25th Amendment, which basically convenes the whole cabinet, all of who Trump appointed, by the way, and they have to have a majority vote that he's incompetent and that he's unable to execute his job. That's not going to happen, okay? Because we know that's not the truth. The other way is to impeach him. Now, they're not going to be able to impeach him in 4 days, okay? Even if they try to fast track it.
But the Senate won't even listen to it.
Hold on. But Lenny is right. They're not impeaching any. What they want to do is prevent him from running again because they're afraid that he might win again. In 4 years from now. So
they're trying
to. But the legalities.
They want to demonize.
I'm sorry. The legality is that once he's out of office, okay, which is a week from now, when he's out of office, you can't impeach somebody. They can't impeach you, Dave.
No, but they want to impeach him before the week's out.
But it won't go through. No. It's not going to go through.
Well,
so
if they fast track it,
it's not going to stop him. No. It's not going to stop him from going for office. But you know what I don't like? Is that fucking people start saying these goddamn fucking left-wing nuts and Democrat fucking that they've been drank the Kool-Aid. They keep saying, yeah, but he had his day in court. No court won. Because no, he did not.
They didn't look at it.
They never looked at the fucking thing. Right, George? They never looked at it.
Listen.
They never fucking looked at it. He not got one fucking day. Oh, all that shit. Amy Coney Barrett. I'm going to go to the letter of the law. Everybody's like, oh, don't put her in there. She's a Trump guy. When it came before, she said, fuck you. I ain't even reading this.
They were afraid.
They didn't even give the guy, didn't even read it.
Those people are all afraid that Antifa and Black Lives Matter is going to come to their houses and burn them down, not do the right thing for the country.
Who do you think fucking stormed the White House? It was Antifa. Right. Trump didn't tell his fucking followers.
You know what the problem is? I believe that there was I think with Trump, the intention was a peaceful protest. But you know what happens. Whenever there's a protest with a lot of people, all the criminals, and I don't know what organizations they belong to, they may just be independent criminals. The criminals say, wow, this is a great time. Now I can take advantage and rob a lot of stuff and break stuff. And that's when you get the criminals in there. I don't believe that the people who protested or had a problem or wanted to show their dissent were violent. I think the violent criminals join in, and that's what happens, you know, when stuff like this goes down. Listen. Wait a minute. This is the way Antifa works. Hold on. This is the way Antifa works. They're the devil. Listen to what I'm going to tell you. This is fact. Like the United Devil whispers in your ear, there's fucking $1. You found a $50 bill on a table, and you know who left it there. They say, take it. He won't know. Just take the $50 bill. This is what they do. Antifa goes into the cities, right? They break the glass, they start the fires, and then they tell the Black Lives Matter and the savages that are all fucking rioting outside. They say, look, we broke the windows. We're burning down the buildings. Go on, take whatever you want. Right.
They're not the ones who are going in there taking the TV sets and shit. You're like, I made a TV. You know, it's not them, okay? It's not them. It's the savages that are looting their own fucking neighbors.
It's the violent criminals. It's the criminals, yeah.
But this is what happened. This is what happened. They went, Fox keeps showing a goddamn video and they don't tell the truth anyway. They're showing a video of the guy breaking the window when it first started piling in. Okay, the guy who broke the window was breaking it with a shield. A shield.
Yeah.
Where did he get his shield from? Right. It's Antifa.
They come
and
with
he had helmets on. They had fucking helmets on.
With everything on.
But listen, George, listen, though. I agree that some people, because the cops opened up the gate.
It's called a buffalo rush.
Just come in.
It's a buffalo rush.
So you got mom and pop in there, 75-year-old man, taking videos like this and looking around like this. You're not fucking
go in.
Right, because the cops were telling him to go in. Let me tell you.
Told him to stand down.
Hold on. The girl that got shot, right? The three cops. I have the whole videos, bro. I captured.
Right behind them. The cops are right there with him.
Wait, the three cops are standing in. Three were standing in front of the doors that they were kicking. They told them, no, don't do that. Come on, don't do that. And finally, they were saying, listen, we supported you guys. Get out of the fucking way. This is our right. This is our house. The cops said, all right, fuck it. Stepped aside. They kicked the window. The girl was not the one kicking the window. She was standing with the cops. She climbed to the window. Right. The cop fucking standing over there, shot her in the fucking head. And you and I all know that if she wasn't white, if her skin color was a different color, the fucking Washington, D.C. be burning down right now. You would have all these leaders and shit saying, hang him high. I want to kill that. Hang him, meaning the fucking guy that shot him. Yeah, the white cop. Okay? But because, no. Now they're victimized. Oh, she was the bad person. She was this. She was that. That's bullshit. Those cops were standing right there. She fell on the cop's foot. Okay? He didn't stop her from trying to climb.
Why didn't he just grab her by her back and hold her?
He didn't. Right. He could have done that.
She's a veteran.
Joe Biden's using race.
Yes.
Black people and Hispanic people don't know he's using you. You're a pawn. You think he gives a shit about you? I'm going to post a video on my Facebook. I dare you to watch it. It's Malcolm X saying, Malcolm X said back in 1963, the conservatives and the liberals both want power. But the liberals will use the blacks as pawns. They will make believe they're your friend. They will tell you we're on your side. They're the same ones that were fucking lynching people in the fucking, back in the day. This comes from Malcolm X. Dude, I'm for pluralism, man. I'm for everybody. I don't see skin color. I see your attitude. But my ex-wife was black. My children are part black, okay? Their grandfather is a descendant of a slave. So, but that's neither here nor there. I'm telling you something. I'm fucking telling you. They're fucking with you. And nobody realized they're too stupid to fucking see it. Joe Biden, instead of saying, look, we got to calm this down. Look, Donald Trump did not tell people to go in there and storm. No. Okay, not tell people to. Instead of saying that, he said, oh, my God. He stirred up the race thing. Meanwhile, they were all white people, white cops, they're all getting shot. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, this was a racist thing. How was that fucking racist, Joe Biden? How was that fucking racist? You're a fucking pot stirrer.
All right.
And then
hold on. Too. I'm gonna stop. I gotta put a stop to it. I want to talk bodybuilding a little bit.
I'm sorry. I feel like
I respect you. You're very passionate about this, and you make some good points. And I think that I wanted those points out there. I try to avoid political stuff, but I felt that it was necessary on this show to get the political views out of the people who were on the show because of what just happened. Now,
it's not political, Dave. Though this is not just about our country.
Right, but I know. But I don't. I usually steer clear of that, George, religion and this stuff. But I think this was important because of what just went down.
This is about our country.
Yeah, that's why I'm letting you guys talk about it on here.
I mean, it's not about like Democrat or Republican. It's about what's right for our country, for everyone.
Right.
It's not about any of that. I don't care I'm not what party you're at. This is about.
Gregg's very passionate about this. Just let me just take control here for a second. I want to just tell you guys, for those people out there, I got these new healthy Pop-Tarts. They're called Tasty Pastries from Legendary Foods. They sent me the new flavor birthday cake. I know a lot of you guys out there have tried the ones I've told you about already, the cinnamon and the strawberry. These birthday cake, I'm telling you, you put them in the microwave, they taste exactly like birthday cake. And if you look at the macronutrients on them, they're only 5 net carbs, 20 grams of protein per Pop-Tart. They're freaking unbelievable. Gregg, I'm going to have some sent to you from Legendary Foods because I know you like this type of stuff. You're into healthy eating. They're really good.
I need something right now. I'm lit, bro. I'm on fire. I'm fucking lit, man. I am right now.
I don't know if you guys saw.
This shit bothers me. I want to run for office, bro. You think I'm kidding you?
You should.
Oh, I know. I'm right with you. That's why I'm dressed as a patriot.
You got to get Trump. Hold on, Gregg. Bro. You got to get Trump to pardon you before he gets out of office, though, so you can run.
I got to get what?
Trump to pardon you. He should after all that that speech you just gave.
Well, it's freedom of speech, right? You should be able. Isn't this a country?
No, I'm saying you really supported Trump a lot. He should give you a pardon, so that expunge your record,
Hey, he supports the country.
I know. Look, I know. I agree with a lot of what he says. I agree.
Antifa, look, I'll say one thing. Antifa just marched in like 8 cities, right? They marched in cities, and they've been doing this every night. They ride on bikes with helmets and backpacks through all the cities every night for 8 months, and they march and they're saying "fuck the USA, fuck this country." All right. So these are terrorists. They don't want
to. George, they're bringing race into this. Right. Race has nothing. No. Listen, if somebody's going to break in your house, Dave, Lenny, if somebody's going to break in your house, and they're black, does that matter? Or if they're white, does that matter? No, you don't give a shit what color skin they are. They don't belong in your fucking house. They don't belong trying to break in your house. They're turning this. Everything is turned into a
Gregg,
race.
everything is race and religion. You know that.
But Biden did the same fucking. That's what Biden's doing.
It's all about. But that's how they divide everyone. People don't realize.
Divide and conquer.
You know what? In the bodybuilding world, I'll tell you what I love about bodybuilding. When I could sit down with a Muslim, black, Chinese, Spanish. All of us can sit in the room and we can be eating it out back, and no one sees any difference between us, religion, race. We're just all bodybuilders there. We all have the same common, desire and passion, which is to train and to put muscle on and to burn fat and to compete. And there's a camaraderie there. And you don't see that in a lot of other, other sports. Or sports, you see it a lot, but you don't see that in the rest of the world. And that's why I like it. Listen, hold on.
No, Dave, it's you as a person.
Let me finish.
It's you as a person. Right. I know you. You're not the kind of guy that would sit there and go, oh, by the way, I want everybody to know I'm having dinner with my Muslim friend here and my black friend.
No, because I don't see that here.
You see him as your friend.
You don't care about that.
That's why you can call it like, sometimes I go into fantasy world. That's why I live in that fantasy world of bodybuilding, because I prefer it over the political reality of what's going on. I don't read a lot of news. I'm trying to be apolitical. I don't get into religion and debates with people, because that stuff is not real to me. When I'm in my little bodybuilding realm, even so, I do the same thing with reptiles now that I breed snakes. I like that little fantasy realm because you know what? It's pure, okay? It's real. These people, everyone is equal. We all share a common love and passion, and to me, that's a positive place to be. And when you're in a positive place, you create a lot of positive things. And your world, that's why when people ask me, how have you been affected by COVID? I said, I haven't. Matter of fact, I'm doing better than I did last year. Why? Because I refuse to engage in that negativity, to whether it's right or wrong, or someone released it or didn't release it, or if there's vaccines or that. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I do what I like every day. I stay in that realm of positivity, engaging in what I like. Even if I might break balls in the bodybuilding world, but I'm just saying I love all the body. There's not one guy I don't like or girl that I would say I wouldn't sit down and have a meal with at the end of the day, even if I argue with them online or whatever the case may be. So I think that what we have is pure, and so I think more people should stay in what they really love and what their passion is, and stop worrying about politics. You know what the truth is? There's nothing we can do about it, really.
Yeah, but Dave, you've got to recognize there are people out there that are going to want to take the stuff away from you. If communism comes to our country, we got to have one hand on the Bible and one hand on the sword.
We all have our own foibles and skeletons and everything like that. But what you're saying is,
I got a lot of them.
What you're saying is that
dude, I was in jail. Yeah. I was the only guy in jail that admitted that I was fucked up. Everybody else is like, I'm here because Joe Mataraz's rat, or my girlfriend ratted, or my girlfriend. Dude,
nobody's guilty.
You gave the rat the cheese to eat, bro. You gave it. You fucked up. Why can't you just say, dude, I fucked up. I fucked up. But I never did it again.
Greg, the famous thing is everyone in jail is innocent, right?
Right, that's what I just said.
I know. I'm just saying.
It's never their fault.
I know, but
they're all innocent.
They're all innocent. I don't think there was one guilty guy when I was in jail. Yeah.
They didn't do anything. It's the cop's fault. It's their buddy's fault because he ratted. It's the girl's fault because she fucked around on him and they told somebody and then they got locked. It's everybody's fault but their own. Nobody does anything wrong.
That's why they're there.
Yeah.
That's why they're there.
No, that's why they're there.
All right. I want to bring up a better topic. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you guys saw, but we posted on RxMuscle. Sammy El-Haddad was out fishing, okay? Fishing, fishing on a Bahrain fishing boat, and the Qatari government arrested him. I guess they boarded the boat or something like that. And he got locked up because of it. I guess it was on his Instagram. I don't know where Sid pulled this from, but
he took a fish that was too small.
I think how crazy is that? The guy, he's a very well-known bodybuilder, and obviously the Middle Eastern countries love bodybuilding. It's not like it's like the U.S. where they hate bodybuilders. And they arrested him for fishing. I don't know what the charge was, if they were in the wrong waters.
There's laws about that shit. Do you know that where I live, if you catch a bass that's less than 10 inches and you keep them and you don't throw them right back, you can get a fucking like $2,000 fine for that, for a catching bass.
Think about it though. In the Middle Eastern countries, like steroids are legal. Like you can buy steroids, but if you catch a fish that's the wrong fish, they fucking lock you up.
Hey, I got to ask you about that. What? I remember somebody was telling. I meant to ask, what's his name? They were telling me that in Thailand you could buy any kind of steroid you want, but fucking supplements are illegal or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's very hard to sell. It's very hard to sell supplements there. They have a lot of crazy laws. It's the weirdest thing.
What was wait?
I'll tell you why, Greg. I'll tell you what. They want to control everything. So if you go into their pharmacies and buy their steroids, they're good with that. They don't want people importing supplements into the country. I guess that's the only.
Why don't they make their own fucking protein powder and shit?
When I went to Dubai back in '96, I've told the story before, and I went into a gym, and this kid came up to me, he had acne all over his face. He's like, and he was like probably about 135 pounds. He's like, I can't get big, you know. I said, well, what are you doing? He's like, I take 50 Dianabol a day. I can't grow. I said, well, how much protein are you eating a day? He's like, I said, he didn't even know what protein was. I said, you know, like chicken, fish, I have 1 chicken meal a day, you know. That was it. And we thought if he took 50 D-ball a day, he would have to he thought the steroids built the muscle.
Maybe they were fake D-ball. Maybe they were fake.
No, they were real because he was acneed out of his mind. He just wasn't eating any protein.
Oh, okay.
85%, Dave.
Right. Lenny, what a cookie cutter, huh?
Yeah, typical of the youth today, some of them.
When you get guys, do you have kids come up to you in the gym? Not kids, like, you know, like younger guys, like in their 20s, come up to you and ask you questions, Lenny?
Yeah.
And what advice do you give them? What kind of do you get ridiculous questions that you won't answer, or do you always kind of like answer questions?
No, I always tell people to use an anabolic in a mild dose as a teenager,
right? Because
that's going to help with your bone density and your strength, while not interfering with your huge outpouring of androgens at that age. And I know quite a few guys, my old training partner who benched 650 raw, took a little equipoise until he was 19 and had a great foundation because of it. Stayed away from the Dianabol to test the androgens. And then when I got him on Dianabol and test at 20, he was putting 50 pounds on his basic lifts every year. So that's the main thing I say. And obviously eat everything in sight, as much calories as you can, you know, as well as the meat, the eggs. You should be eating that every day, milk, things like that.
Lenny, have you ever tried, you know how they say, and I don't believe this is true because I've seen people do it, but they say you can't, it's impossible to drink a whole gallon of milk, you know, in one sitting. You know, like gulping it down, like it's virtually impossible. I've seen people do it, and I know I could do it, although I would probably be in the bathroom for like the next 24 hours. But were you a big milk drinker?
Yes, as a kid, because all the kids would put their milks at school on the table who didn't want it, and I would drink about 10 or 12 just to get it.
Greg, you remember the kids, like the bad kids in school? I wasn't a bad kid. The bad kids in school, what they would do is they'd get the milk containers, and they'd put it on the floor, they'd get on top of the table, the lunch table, and they'd jump off the table onto the milk container, and it would explode everywhere, all over the place.
Absolutely.
That was a crime.
Were you
on Halloween, waste all that protein.
You'd be licking it off the floor.
Now, kids would do it with the empty milk containers. They'd make a loud noise, but the real bad kids would do it with the milk in there, too.
Yeah, and they ended up
How come we never shit our brains out, though, from drinking that?
Because when you're young, you can digest milk. That's why, most of the time. It's when you get older, you can't.
Yeah, I've been lactose-free. I take it off season. Whole milk. It's great.
You don't get lactose? You don't have problems, Lenny, with that?
No, I take the Lactaid whole milk.
Oh, okay.
It's a godsend. I don't have any problems at all. I drink it in the off season.
Kills really my stomach. Even though I don't believe that Lactaid milk really works, because I still will poop my brains out from that stuff. It's funny because
have severe lactase deficiency.
I do. Oh, I do. I even had it when I had my DNA tested. They said I was lactase deficient. Now,
they say the Orientals are the worst as far as that goes.
Yeah, Asians can't digest milk at all. Yeah, it's like
maybe you should drink goat's milk.
You know, goat's milk was better for me. It doesn't have lactose in it.
What's
Diet root beer. Diet root beer.
Diet root beer. Greg, what brand is that? Like ShopRite?
That's Stop and Shop.
Oh, Stop and Shop.
Yeah, I know that.
I drink any brand, whatever's on sale. I don't give a shit. It all tastes the same to me.
You know, I can tell a difference. I can absolutely tell the difference between like the store brand versus like.
Which is your favorite?
You know what my favorite is? Diet. What is that brand I drink in here? No. What's the diet root beer one? Not diet root, but the diet black cherry. What is that?
Dr. Brown's. Dr. Brown's?
No, it's a diet.
Shit, Dr. Brown's.
Diet black Dr. cherry. I can't remember the name of it.
Polar.
What is it?
Polar.
Oh, Fresca. Listen, guys. Fresca. Fresca diet black cherry, guys.
Hey, what do you think? Gave you from like the 1970s.
No, it's not.
Like
It's not your parents' Fresca. There's a good.
Fresca.
It's not your daddy's Oldsmobile. You remember that commercial? It's not your parents' Fresca. Try diet black cherry Fresca. I'm telling you, you will not use any other diet soda ever. You'll be like, this is the greatest thing of all time.
That
Best
shit
flavor.
tastes like, yeah, but to me, Dr. Pepper, Diet Cherry, all that shit, that tastes like cough medicine.
No, it won't.
I
Try the I tell you, black cherry Fresca. And either that or I drink like Schweppes diet ginger ale. Ginger ale.
You know that there's gonna, Dave, you're gonna get a lot of comments here, and people gonna, after they're done fucking ripping me apart for ragging on Schwarzenegger, you're gonna get a lot of comments, people saying, you know, Dave, you're drinking all that sugar sweetener, all that fucking, you know you're gonna get comments.
I'm a big believer in artificial sweeteners, though.
Dave,
I don't think they do anything.
Explain the chemistry.
So you don't think a Splendor's gonna kill you, right,
No.
Dave?
No. Because you know what? Artificial sweeteners have been around for 30 years now, and probably longer, but the new ones. And there's not been one death attributable to them. Don't you think in 30 years that there would have been a subpopulation of people that are dying from these things? Come on.
Dave, but you're going to get people, you want to bet? You know that you're going to get people that are going to be like, oh my God, Dave Palumbo's saying that diet sweeteners are good for you, or they're not harmful.
That's
going to be people with all kinds of studies and shit.
That's the problem, Greg. There's no studies. If there were studies, then then there'd be evidence. There's no evidence. It's just these anecdotal. Now listen, some people have bad reactions to them. It's a very small subpopulation of people that the same people that are going to not respond well to the vaccine. There's going to be people who die from it. Okay, is that going to be the majority of the people? No, it's going to be a very small percentage because some people have weird genetics that causes them to have weird reactions to things. So I can't say it's safe for everyone, but I'm going to say for 99.9% of the population, you could drink and use artificial sweeteners in moderation and not have any problems whatsoever. And you know what? If you're dieting, it's a godsend because you know what? When you're starving to death, you have a diet black cherry Fresca instead of eating a freaking Dunkin' Donut. Don't you think you're going to have much better results?
Oh, yeah.
People say, oh, people are gaining weight. People are gaining weight from these artificial sweeteners. No, they're gaining weight from eating fucking junk food. That's what they're gaining weight from.
Dave, you know what my proof is? You know what my proof is? I'm a diabetic, and I drink this shit, and it doesn't raise your fucking blood sugar.
Nope.
That's bull. Because Dave, you're gonna get people. This is what you're gonna get. They're gonna get. Oh, you should be taking monk fruit. How about did you ever try stevia? Not the one with the erythritol. All this bullshit. That's what you're gonna get.
If it doesn't taste good, people won't use it. You don't think that?
Right.
Look, I could sweeten my Isolyze with stevia, but it tastes like crap. People want a good taste.
Thank you, George.
Or they're not going to use it.
You're right. I can't eat that shit.
Monk fruit is like it's 10 times the amount of sugar.
It's very expensive. It's very expensive to use.
And that agave too. Oh, what did you ever try?
Agave is sugar. Agave is sugar, but monk fruit is not absorbable.
Or honey.
That's for the other idiots. Dude, all these fucking natural freaks. Oh, did you ever? What about a spoonful of honey? I'm like, dude, there's more sugar in honey than there is in sugar. Are you fucking crazy?
Can you believe these cookie cutters, Lenny?
Yeah, that's big sugar industry trying to put all that negativity on the artificial sweeteners.
Yep.
Got a boy, Lenny.
But one thing about me, I never drank a soda in my entire life, as well as any type of tea or coffee.
Well, that's because your dad would have beat the crap out of you. That's the only reason.
Yeah, but I'm actually drinking more piss than all those combined, so I think that's what puts me in a unique category.
Do you drink diet soda now?
Never tried it.
Really? Why not?
Ever. Yes.
So when you go to McDonald's, what do you get?
Water, juice. Pardon me?
When you go to McDonald's and get a double quarter pounder, what do you have with that to drink?
I don't go to McDonald's much. I prefer to home cook, but if I do, I just get some water.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's pretty hardcore.
Boy, Lenny.
I can't eat my food without a Diet Coke.
No, me neither.
I need Diet Coke too.
I'm not eating the food. I won't eat it. No way.
Because the bubbles too. The bubbles.
Yeah, I like the fizz.
You can make a protein drink, a carbonated protein drink. I've tried to do it, but it
How many times when I was a kid, and my parents would take us to McDonald's like on the weekend because they would go out like to dinner on like Saturday night, so they would take us to pick up McDonald's, you know, to have at home, and we would every maybe once a month I would get instead of getting a Coke, I would get like one of the shakes, you know, the chocolate or vanilla shakes, and every time I would have that with the meal, I would want to throw up. You know, because it's just too much. It's like. It's too thick. It's too many calories. It would get me every time I'd get a stomach ache from this stuff.
But the shake has more.
But it doesn't quench your thirst.
And it doesn't quench exactly. It doesn't.
It doesn't quench your thirst. It's like I get thirsty eating that. I need water after I drink a diet. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I do this for sweet, and I like the bubbles. You know what I mean? I like the bubbles in it.
I'm saying they can make a protein drink, a carbonated.
George, you're going to be the one to do it. I know.
The problem is probably all the acidity in there probably wouldn't be good for the protein, but who knows?
No, what happens is the same thing with ice cream. It just the carbonation becomes like almost like milk. When you try to make ice cream with protein powder, as soon as you put the protein powder in the machine, instead of making a gallon, it makes 3 gallons.
Right.
Because of the air.
Right, but that's why people love energy drinks, guys, because it's the carbonation, right? I mean,
Oh yeah. Dude, I put a fucking energy shit in a club soda, and that's how I use my energy drink. I don't drink it with water. I use club soda in there.
No, I'm talking about like, you know, like if you go get a Monster or a Rockstar or something like that. You know,
but I make my own. Hey, by the way, Lenny, I want to tell you something. I never drank coffee or tea in my life. I never tasted any wine, beer, or alcohol in my life. Never tasted it. Yeah, never tasted. My father, you know why I idolized my father growing up? My father's father used to make wine, and my father used to help him make it, and my father never tasted the wine that he helped his father make. My father never drank, so I grew up idolizing my father. I never drank. I never drank in my life. I don't know what beer. My girlfriend's right here. She'll take. Never drank wine, beer, never tasted it. Never drank a cup of coffee. And that has nothing to do with the caffeine. Just that the smell of it makes me ugh. But
I have a good friend. I have a good friend. I don't know. You might know him, Greg. You know Paul DeSilvio?
Who?
Paul DeSilvio. He has like cigar shop in the Bronx.
I might. I don't know.
You probably know him. He actually came out just recently. He sent me. It's called Crybaby. It's a wine that has the alcohol removed, and they put CBD in it instead. So it's a non-alcoholic wine, but it has CBD in it. It's a pretty interesting concept. It's from Napa Valley, so it's a real wine that they've just removed the alcohol and substituted CBD for it. So
what is CBD supposed to do? Take away your pain? I mean,
it's just relaxing to you. Some people have anxiety and stuff like that, or pain. You know.
Oh, so it's like smoking a joint.
It's
but there's no THC in it. It's not. I can't do it. It's just. You're not going to get high from it. Yeah, you're not going to get high.
I'm too hyper naturally.
You probably need it. You probably need the CBD wine.
I run around my warehouse like till 3 in the morning baking, doing stuff. And I don't need anything.
Mr. G's baking cookies at 3 in the morning. I'm cleaning snake shit at 3 in the morning.
Dude, I wish I lived near you. I'd come over there.
Bro, I'm going crazy.
Dude, I'd be there with you. I'm up at 3 in the morning.
Greg, I'm waiting for you to move. Look.
Between me, you, Jimmy the Bull, and your brother, Bobby, forget about it.
I'm waiting, Greg, for you to move down to Florida.
One day, we're talking about it, Dave. I'm not
seriously.
ready
My Amanda and I can't wait for you to get down here because we're gonna drop Logan at your house and
drop all your kids off. I'm great with kids.
We're gonna yeah, you're gonna be babysitting. So I need you down here.
I'd be your best babysitter you ever had.
That's great.
Hey, Greg, we love kids. Kids love us. We'd have a.
I'm gonna drop off.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna drop off like 20 pounds of chopped meat and pasta, and you're gonna be making Sunday dinner for us every day. I gotta bring my kids up in that Italian Sunday dinner tradition.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah, it's important. They gotta have.
Yeah, you gotta sit down and talk eye to eye. No cell phones.
Right.
No cell phones.
Oh yeah, you did no cell phone. My mother would turn the fucking TV off. No TV, nothing.
My father just had jazz music playing in the back. That's it.
Hey, your son just turned 5, man.
I know. That's why I need Greg. I need Greg. I need you. I need Jimmy the Bull.
You need someone because you didn't. I saw the one thing you got him. That thing you run and jump in. That jump in one of those bouncy things.
Yeah.
Right, your kid was
bounce
running
house. We have a little bounce house.
I go, Dave, you should be running and jumping in that.
I do, but I don't want to break it on them. You know,
that's
too heavy.
What happened? You run and jump in the thing.
I'm too heavy.
I used to do that with all my kids, man. Forget it.
Lenny, what was your favorite toy when you were a kid?
we just had, baseballs, footballs, basketballs.
Yeah, Lenny wasn't allowed to have toys. He was only allowed to have footballs.
Lenny said if he wasn't born a boy when he was a kid, he'd have nothing to play with.
We used to have the punching clown.
Your Pishuli God. Your Pishuli God was your toy.
Remember the blow-up clown they used to have, the punching thing?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, me and my brother used to get that. And every time me and my brother played together, it would work out. We would be playing, and it always turned into a fight.
Of course.
Oh, you'd
soccer robots, right?
My 3-year-old daughter Ari is going to be so tough when she's going to be like Greg's daughter because she has to like fight my son like in battles with swords and punching gloves.
That's what it is.
Who's going to mess with her when she's in school, That's
what it is. It's because she's got older siblings, so she has to be, you know what I mean? They break the way. They pave the way, too. Shit that you wouldn't let Logan do, whatever. Now she, remember when your first kid...
Oh, you couldn't do anything,
Like, they dropped the bakey on the floor, and your wife is over there, no, we got to wash it off, we got to desanitize. Now you drop it on the floor, you just shove it right back in the kid's fucking mouth. You don't even wipe it off. You know what I mean? See, the third... As the kids go on, you're like, forget about it. You know what I mean? The younger kids are that's what my daughter would. My daughter hit my son with a bat when she was like 2 years old. She didn't do it purposely, but she swung it, hit him right here, and my daughter's always been crazy.
Yeah. Now my daughter's gonna be tough because she has to handle my oldest son, so that's how it works.
That's what it is. She'll be fighting your son,
Yeah.
So forget about it. Any guy that fucking fucks with her, she's gonna pop him in the mouth.
Oh yeah, I feel bad for them. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why kids play. That's why your kids play together. They're actually acting out how they're going to act in the real world. That's why kids need to be around other kids.
The new thing is they thunder punch me, because I don't know if you ever saw the scene from Thor Ragnarok where Hulk fights Thor and he hits him he hits Hulk with the thunder punch and knocks him out. So they thunder punch me, except my son will wait till I turn away and he'll fucking clock me in the jaw and almost knock me out, because he's so strong.
He's better there and he starts hitting you in the balls.
Yeah, I said no cheap shots. That's his new word now. After I told him what a cheap shot was, he tells everything's a cheap shot now. I'm gonna cheap shot you.
You got to get the big rock and sock and robot thing. You got to get that big thing and the big punching gloves. You ever seen them?
Yeah, of course.
He prefers to use his bare knuckles on things.
Yeah, the big ones. They're like it's bigger than a basketball.
That's why I need Jimmy down here. I want Jimmy to teach him how to kick and do karate stuff.
It's because it gives confidence in him. The more you know, the less you're going to react.
He does spinning kicks. I don't even know what he learned it from watching on TV. He's doing spinning kicks. He doesn't even know what he's doing, and it looks pretty good.
Oh, then he's athletic then.
Yeah, he's very athletic. He's got a lot of energy. My dad used to tell me that for me to go to sleep at night, I have to wrestle. He'd have to wrestle with me for an hour to tire me out. Now I know what he means because my son's exactly the same. I would have thought there's something wrong with my son, but my dad said I was the same. My dad told me, I remember over and over, I had to wrestle you every night to get you to tire you out.
Give him a melatonin gummy and shit.
Yeah, and it doesn't help, believe me. I think it just amps him up. He won't even take a nap. He will not take a nap. He refuses to. No.
It's funny you say that because melatonin makes me more anxious. I can't. I try to take I can't sleep with no melatonin. I get restless leg syndrome.
Lenny, what do you take for sleep?
I do melatonin, GHB.
Yeah.
Sometimes gabapentin somebody gives me, but I usually fall asleep better naturally, but sometimes I'm pretty wired.
Yeah.
Lenny, you know what the best thing is? Masturbate.
Someone wants something.
No, then you want.
I swear to God, if you jerk off before bed, you jerk off, you're tired.
Oh man, not like it used to be. I barely do that anymore. It's getting bad.
Nah, Lenny, you got to do it. You got to do it. It's important.
I don't know if this is diabetes or what, but I always had a bad case of
you have diabetes and. Both you guys have diabetes?
I do.
What's your blood sugars in the morning when you wake up?
I never test them, but when I are tested, they're in the 200 sometimes.
Why? So. Oh my, Lenny,
that was mine.
Lenny,
mine was mine was 235, 240 in the morning.
Greg,
fasting.
How did you know?
Terrible.
How did you know it was like that? Did you feel anything?
I'm a diabetic, so I have to take the test.
How long have you been a diabetic?
About 5 years. But you know how when you got to piss every 10 minutes, you got to pee really bad. If you're out there, anybody watching this, if you're older and you pee literally every 10 minutes, you can't stop peeing. You think, oh shit, is it my prostate? Is that you're fucking probably diabetic?
Well, I tell everyone to go get a blood sugar monitor.
Yes, Lenny, you got to keep drinking water, and it's an unsatiable thirst.
Right.
But at the same time, you got to keep peeing because that's your body trying to get rid of the sugar.
That's not good. If you're peeing, once you're peeing sugar, once you're spilling glucose, you're in a bad state, guys. You don't want to do that.
I take metformin 4 times a day, 4 metformins a day, and 1 glimepiride.
Well, can't you do it naturally?
First of all, Greg should be on insulin. You should be on a long-acting insulin, Greg.
I start eating them jumbo Palumbo cookies and forget about it.
I got to give you the insulin protocol. Lenny, you should be on a long-acting insulin too. Walmart.
I'm on Tresiba, 24-hour.
Oh, you are? Okay,
Tresiba.
Good. And you still have high blood sugars?
I don't know, but see, I'm not into pricking my finger and all. It's way too cookie cutter.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? You got to do that because you know what? Once you get the dosage right, you might have to raise your Tresiba up a little bit. That's the best insulin you can buy, pretty much. You know.
What's it called?
Tresiba. It's a long-acting insulin. You should be on that too, Greg.
But Lenny, will you prescribe that from a doctor?
Well, actually, I get someone who works in the doctor's office that brings me the samples. So I'm very fortunate because that is very expensive.
It's a very expensive insulin. You could buy, you can go to Walmart and buy Novolin N, which doesn't require a prescription, and that's a long-acting insulin. You can use that too, $25 a bottle.
I take that when I go on HGH. Yeah. I had that when I go on HGH. So
not the R, the N. The Novolin N is the long-acting one. It's kind of like Tresiba.
Everybody, they say metformin is like a fucking youth.
No, it's not. You know what? It's don't believe the hype, Greg. Do your research, as you told me in the early.
I feel like I get leaner taking that shit too.
You do probably. You probably do. But if you're not absorbing, if your blood sugars are still running high, that's not good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but Greg, you're already lean, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. But you know what the problem is? I can't stop eating shit.
But he's probably not absorbing his calories, George. They're probably going right through him because if his blood sugars are running high, he's going to get side effects.
What about cardio? I mean, I know you're weight training. What about cardio?
I don't do any cardio. I'm lucky. I have sex pretty much every day.
No, but wouldn't cardio help?
No, I think weight training would help more, George. To be honest.
No, I know. No, I'm not. No, of course.
Cardio would definitely help. But you know what it is? I work out. I do the fucking.
He does the 3-hour workouts, George.
Right. I do the John Defendis Intensity or Insanity.
Intensity Insanity. That's what I used to do.
Intensity Insanity, bro.
Oh my God.
Fucking 30 seconds or less rest between sets. Fucking if I'm supposed to do 100 sets and I do 99, I feel like I cheated myself. You know what I mean?
Part of that workout was 100 reps. So
I don't do the 100 reps, but I'll go. Sometimes I'll do like. I'm going to go do it now when we're done. Forget about it.
I want to film Greg, Lenny, and George, Mr. G, doing a workout, 100 sets. We'll videotape the whole thing. We'll speed it up in fast motion. We'll see who makes it through the workout. I bet every single one of you guys makes it.
You're picking the wrong guy. I could do 100 sets like it's fucking in my sleep.
Lenny might be in the hospital the next day, but he'll make it through the workout.
Because you're talking about guys who once they decide in their mind to do it, it's like,
I've been doing it like that since I was a teenager. So for me, forget about it. You know what I mean? I know John Defendis fucking.
Oh, John?
Yeah, John and I are good friends. I know John for like 40 years. I used to follow him when he was a teenager because I was a teenager and he was a teenager.
You guys are the same age? Yeah, he's the same age as us.
Right. And he did the Mahalik, the whole thing. I knew Mahalik, man.
Yes.
Andy Lopado, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was another guy.
Joe Fulco.
Yeah.
All of them, I know.
He owned Mr. America. Steve owned Mr. America's.
Right. I know all those guys.
And Steve built all the machines in there. He built them himself.
I remember Vinny Manzo, Jerry Scalisi, all those kids.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Vinny Manzo still emails me all the time. Good guy.
I don't know if he'd remember me. I met him through Bob Gruskin. I was down in Bob Gruskin's basement. I remember that kid coming downstairs, down the steps in Gruskin's basement, and he did a bicep like this. He was fucking, maybe this was like 1982, maybe 83.
Oh, I didn't know Vinny was working out that long. Wow.
Vinny Manzo.
Yeah, I know Vinny very well. I didn't know he was working out that long. That's crazy.
It was the early 80s. He had fucking giant arms.
He did a great video I put up of he made his own weights, from Home Depot, and because I was telling everyone how, you know, stop being a pussy about, you know, the fact that you can't go to the gym. You can train at home, and he got wood and he built his own. It was great. I mean, it was so creative what he did, you know, to make his own weights. It was phenomenal. And I put it up on one of our shows. I don't remember what show it was. We showed it.
Well, you know who's like that? Cedric. What's his name?
Yeah, Cedric made all his equipment out of wood.
I'm the first fucking guy that's Cedric McMillan, and he will tell you, I'm the first guy he ever emailed from Muscular Development. He was nobody. He was just a soldier. And he used to email me back and forth, and I put him in the magazine.
Oh, wow.
In the Future Success Stories. And he used to fucking make his own equipment out of the most insane shit.
Yeah.
Back when he was in the fucking Iraq and shit.
Yeah.
Ask him about it.
No, I know. I saw it. I remember. It was all made of wood. It was all made of wood.
Yeah, I'm the guy that he fucking emailed. I remember Steve Blackman later on when he became, you know, when he won the Nationals or whatever it was. Steve Blackman goes to me, Greg, look at this guy. And I said, Steve, he's been in the magazine. He goes, what do you mean? I said, I put him in the magazine like 4 years ago. You know what I mean? When he was, you know, when he was a soldier, he's the right to me.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
Ask him about it. He'll tell you. But he used to make equipment like out of broken fucking cars and fucking chunks of a building, and you know what I mean?
See, that's Greg. We talked about art. That's another form of art, right?
Oh yeah.
That guy's talented.
He's an artist.
Yeah.
I like people who can take junk and make beauty out of it. That's art. That's creative. That's artistic. I think that's a special skill that you're born with. I think, you know, and a lot of people don't embrace that. You know, I didn't know you were such a good artist. You should definitely do more art, Greg. I bet you if you made art, like if you drew like Big Rammy and you auctioned off those pictures, I bet you would sell them on your website. I bet you'd make money from it. If you signed
if that's the case, I better get my pad and paper and start going.
Do it. Make me one. I'll put it up in the studio. I
haven't done art in a while, but I'm a really good artist.
Make me a Big Rammy. Why don't you do a Big Rammy mural for me? I'll put it up in the studio here, and then we'll use that as your platform to sell your artwork after that.
We'll make them into T-shirts.
By the way,
get
Dave,
the T-shirts. People want art to hang on the wall. If Greg does original stuff.
By the way, I'm going to show everybody. I got to take the video of it. I'm going to put what Dave sent me, what he doodles. You know, everybody's always, you fucking guys over in the comment section.
I stopped doodling because people were complaining too much.
Right. So the people always like, what is he doodling about? Why is he drawing? I could hear him. What the fuck is he writing? Well, I'm going to show you guys because he sent it to me, a portrait that he drew. And it's excellent. Actually, I didn't know Dave had that kind of artistic, but he's got very good. You have to have an eye. See, I have an eye for art because both my parents were artists for a living, not a hobby.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
They did for a living to feed the family. And Dave did an excellent drawing, and I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to have to show you guys. But he sent it to me. See, you're going to see what Dave sits there when you were bitching about him doodling. You're going to see what he was doodling.
I want you to make me one though for my to hang up here in the studio. Though.
I got to do one for you. I got
to wrap this thing up. Lenny, thanks for joining us. What's that shirt you're wearing? Is that a new sponsor of yours?
That's my old one. New World Nutritionals, proteins, liver cleaners, decent stuff. Not as good as yours, but
are you actually using it, or are you just wearing the shirt?
No, I lost their number. I haven't used it in a few years. I got a hold of it. But your Fiberize is great. I have the perfect shits every time on that. It's amazing.
Lenny, go start testing your blood sugar in the morning and start texting me your fasting sugars. Seriously, I really want to know what they are. I want to get your blood sugars in order. That'll kill you. That'll kill you.
So you want that before I shoot the Traceba, right?
Yeah, when you wake up first thing in the morning, take your blood sugar, text it to me.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Greg, you do the same thing.
Lenny, a lot of people are watching.
Right.
So
start testing your blood sugar in the morning, Greg. I want your morning fasting blood sugars. That's your assignment.
You got it.
Mr. G, you'll never have to go see a doctor your entire life. When you hit 100, you'll probably just disintegrate into fine air.
I'm 120.
I've never seen anyone who's healthier than this guy. He never goes to the doctor.
I don't have to. I'm my own doctor.
I know. What do you got? What do you got over there at Mr. Potts Protein.net?
Species and Mr. Potts protein cookies.
What do you got over there? Anything new and better or great?
Well, I started making stuffed cookies.
Okay.
I'm making stuffed cookies. I'm making cheesecake.
We need a new. I think we need a new allotment of the jumbo lights and the keto cookies.
You're out of cookies. I don't see. You're out of cookies.
George, when you send me those cookies, between Tyler and my kids, we're done in one day. It's gone.
I put them in the space bar. I put 30 space bars in the gym yesterday, and they're all gone.
Really? Don't send me space bars because my kids don't like coconut, but I'm telling you, the Jumbo Lights and the keto cookies, you got guys, they're the best out there. That's his best thing. You got, and of course the Jumbo Palumbo mass cookie is amazing as well. So
dude, they're amazing.
Check it out.
They really are.
Check it out at MrPottsProtein.net. I'm Dave Palumbo with the entire Whack Pack. John Romano, I hope you're having a good meeting. Thanks for joining us today. Greg, that was some heated little rant you went on. And
sorry, guys, I went off.
We'll probably be banned from the industry, but that's fine. I believe in the truth hurts, and that's our moniker. So until next week, be safe, guys.
God, country, and family. Those three things.